This is the most shocking horror movie of 2025. The serial killer is trapped in a restaurant and the time cycle keeps repeating. He decided to kill everyone in the restaurant. Anna is the waiter of this restaurant. Because of her good appearance, she is always made fun of by the male guests in the restaurant. Although Anna is not comfortable, she can only bear it because of her job. On this day, she got off work normally and found a guest leaning on the corner and seemed to be waiting for her. Anna only thought that this was another pervert who wanted to pester her. She had to move out because she was already married and tried to persuade the other party. But the man had already known Anna's current situation, that she was originally a medical student and learned nursing. Unfortunately, she fell in love and got pregnant and had to drop out of school. What's worse, the man who made her drop out of school ran away. She can only fall into the small restaurant as a waiter and raise her daughter alone. Such a pitiable situation did not make the man have any pity for her, but made this beast Jack lock her up as his own target. Anna's repeated rejections even more aroused his desire to abuse her and pointed a gun at Anna. Anna had no choice but to get in the car with him, but she knew that she must be very fierce when she got in the car, so she tried her best to be considerate to Jack. She said she could take a day off tomorrow to have dinner and drink with Jack. Jack saw that she was just trying to save her life, but was happy to appreciate her fear and forced her to say more love words. After hearing what she wanted to hear, Jack cut Anna with a knife. He enjoyed the pleasure of killing, but the next second, he suddenly turned around and returned to the restaurant. Time seemed to go forward for an hour. It was just the scene when he entered the restaurant. The guests in the corner were in front of the TV, and even the Empress Dowager. Anna, who shouldn't have appeared at all, was exactly the same as an hour ago. He turned around in the restaurant and sat down in the same place he sat last time. Anna naturally took the coffee pot closer. He couldn't help but confirm to Anna that it was Thursday, the 15th. That's right, he did go back to the past. After ordering the steak he had ordered before, he walked to another guest. This strong-willed guest kept silent, just kept eating fries. He tried to say hello to him, asking if he remembered that he had been to the restaurant before. The strong man ignored him at all, and he repeated what he had done. When Anna got off work, he used a gun to kidnap Anna into the car. But after he pulled the trigger, he went back to the restaurant again, and Anna was still alive and standing behind the table. Jack was enraged for the first time. As a serial killer, he has killed many people, but he has never met anyone who could not be killed no matter how he killed them. He asked Anna to pick up his clothes. In the restaurant where he did this kind of behavior, the male guests who shot Anna would not be able to stand it. Jack took out his pistol directly, and under the threat of the pistol, the male guests dared not act rashly. Anna could only stand up and pick up her top and show her abdomen. There was no wound on her abdomen. Jack could only believe it was true. At this time, a few young children were just about to enter the restaurant. In the moment when he was distracted, the male guests grabbed the opportunity and pulled out their guns. One shot killed him, but Anna was reborn again soon, back to the fixed time point. He screamed, turned around and ran out of the restaurant. He did go back to the past, and every time he killed Anna, it was useless. These people will always be after he killed them, and then he was reborn again and sat there alive. It was like a nightmare. Unbelievably, he turned around and ran out of the restaurant again and again, but after starting the car, he went back to the fixed point again. Jack finally figured out the rules. It seems that he can't leave the restaurant at all. After the collapse, he soon calmed down. He examined everyone in the restaurant. There was a couple sitting in the deck, and there were two nurses in nurses' uniforms sitting on the bar counter. Additionally, there were two old men who often came to the restaurant, and three teenagers who came in after he entered the restaurant. There were so many people in the restaurant, and the strangest guest was the silent one. The strong man who sat in the corner and kept eating fries. He was the only guest who appeared alone. Because he was always silent, so Jack was used to talking to the strong man about what he encountered and the time cycle confusion. Anyway, the strong man would not give him any reaction. But this time, the strong man was a little different. Although he didn't say anything when Jack asked him what he would do, his eyes were like the nurse on the bar counter. So Jack had a bad idea. He immediately blocked the door of the toilet to observe the time for the nurse to go to the toilet. After observing these, he sat directly next to the couple. Through these observations, he has seen that this couple is not normal. They are both middle-aged and have families.
This is an immoral relationship of marriage and love. Jack sat down and waved to his man and deliberately hugged his lover in front of him. When the man couldn't help but want to explode, he pulled out his gun. From Jack's action, it proves that he still has a basic moral concept, but he does not abide by morality. Next, he forcibly talked to the nurse and the man. Everyone didn't want to talk to him, because he was always talking with blood. Without any courtesy, Jack felt that he had found the rhythm and did it back to himself. He was willing to do that to infuriate others and to leave the crowd. This time, he took the initiative to end his cycle, and in the next cycle, the nurse went to the time for the toilet and hid outside the door. After the nurse entered the door, he followed in and stabbed the nurse to death and stuffed the body into the cleaner's car. Unexpectedly, when he was pushing the cleaner's car out, he happened to run into the cleaner. Jack concentrated and said that he was willing to help the cleaner push him outside. When he left the restaurant, he killed the cleaner directly and continued to commit crimes, which made him extremely excited. In this case, he returned to the restaurant again because the time cycle was not over. He felt that he had done the right thing, and God might let him be reborn again and again just to let him kill everyone in the restaurant. Maybe when he killed everyone, he could get rid of this time cycle. At this time, the companion of the nurse in the restaurant found that the nurse had lost her trace and was anxious to look for her everywhere. Jack sat in the bar without discrimination, pretending that all this had nothing to do with him. His next target was the woman in the love affair. He did what he said. She suddenly appeared behind the woman and cut the woman's neck in front of the man. The man was so scared that he closed his eyes and sat still. He didn't think of running away for a while. If he did nothing wrong and sat next to the man, he actually quoted the words of the Bible and judged that he and the woman should be sentenced to death. After saying this, he stabbed the man in the eye. The man died on the spot. His action finally attracted the attention of other survivors in the restaurant. The nurse was excited and asked what he was doing. He did not pretend and took out the gun again. The man subconsciously touched the gun on his waist, but Jack had already been on guard against him. At this time, he suddenly noticed that there was no one in the kitchen. The next second, the strong chef appeared behind him and smashed him with a pot lid. In the next cycle, he killed people crazily. Killing other people is actually not difficult. The guests in the whole restaurant were killed by him over and over again. Jack even happily jumped on the table and shouted he was the god. He began to feel helpless. But there was a big problem with the chef. It's okay if you can't kill the chef at first. He felt hungry because he had been killing people. He wanted to eat a fried egg, so he asked Anna to serve him a fried egg. Anna told him it was breakfast, but they didn't provide breakfast at dinner time. Jack was disobeyed. "Don't you have eggs? It's so hard for you to fry an egg." Anna had to throw the pot to the chef, saying that you should go talk to the chef. Jack did what he said. He went straight to the chef. He forcefully ordered the chef to fry the egg for himself, but the chef suggested that he find a seat and sit down. "Don't cause trouble." Jack cursed. He even said that he was the god. Jack picked up the knife and wanted to stab the chef, but the chef fought with him for only 5 seconds and knocked him to the ground. Jack didn't expect the chef to be so strong, but no one is stronger than a gun. He climbed up from the ground and took out the gun, but the chef was not afraid at all. Jack suddenly noticed that there was a little out of control with the gun, so he put down the gun and asked the chef to fight with him. If he won, the chef would fry him an egg, but he failed several times. He told his failure to the strong guest. After this silent guy cleared his troubles, he took a deep breath and tried again. He went to the kitchen again. The only thing that could welcome him was disaster. Even if he had predicted some of the chef's actions, in face of absolute power suppression, whether it was prediction or gorgeous fist, it was of no use. He began to experience a variety of flower-style death, including being stuck on the hot shoulder with his head down by the chef and fried to death. But I have to say, the chef's appearance is like the boss in the game. Although it is difficult to fight, it at least makes him feel a little fun in this time loop. Before the chef appeared, in the loop, he could experience only endless boredom. The reason why killing is interesting is that everyone's life is only once. People will die if they are killed. He can feel the sense of destruction from it. But in the time loop he was trapped in, no matter how many times he killed these people, he would go back to the beginning. He saw these people alive in front of him. But the fight with the chef quickly made him feel bored. This time he finally couldn't help but pull out the gun. As soon as he entered the kitchen, the chef who saved the fruit then personally fried an egg for himself. But after eating this egg, he felt a sense of emptiness again. He had to pull out the gun. One shot saved him. He became a prisoner of time. He wanted to resist the rules, but he didn't know where to start. He fell into deep decay again. But in this loop, he found something different. Every item in this restaurant, every guest he knew in his heart. But this time there was an old man who shouldn't exist at all. He couldn't help but ask Anna to confirm if he had an illusion. "You see that guy?" "Who?" Anna looked around and saw no one there. Jack was speechless. He didn't understand what was going on at first. Anna saw his collapse. To comfort him gently, maybe he should go home. Jack was right. He has been trapped here for a long time. I don't know how many times the time has been looped. He wants to go home, but how can he go home? He has almost forgotten where his home is. But this time the loop seems to be a little different. He has been waiting in the restaurant until the restaurant closed, but he didn't go out. Anna called the police. 2 police officers came to arrest him. Jack knew he could never get into the police station, but he was still caught by the police and dragged out of the restaurant. Just when he thought he was going to die, the time looped again. He went back to the beginning again. He came back to his seat in a trance. He has lost all his strength. He saw that the people in front of him had no mood to hurt them. Normally, killing can make you scream, cry, and bleed. He saw his life being destroyed. But this time, the infinite loop again made him feel like he had a baby. The baby was tired of playing, but he couldn't get rid of it. He couldn't get out. All he could do was to lie in front of the strongman and tell the strongman his confusion and pain. This time the strongman gave him an answer in a hurry. He accused Jack of being a loser. He wants to think about those great serial killers. Think about what these people would do if they were here. This blow made Jack want to kill again. He started to kill people in the restaurant again and tried to kill everyone in the restaurant in the shortest time possible because he knew everyone's movements and actions very well. So he started to kill people to make him more determined. When all the guests in the restaurant were killed by him, only Anna was alive. He chose to lock Anna in the operating room in the end. In fact, he had a crush on Anna from the beginning. But the more he had a crush on the pervert, the more he would choose the other party as the target to experience the pleasure of killing the other party. He knew that the loop would start again anyway, so he said to Anna without hesitation, the anger of being trapped in the loop, "You are my last." Anna estimated that he would let himself go for this request because he still had a daughter. Jack covered his mouth without hesitation and stabbed his belly with a knife. After a brief sense of pleasure, he tiredly walked out of the restaurant. Sitting in the driver's seat, he only felt deep pain and helplessness, because even if he killed everyone, he was destined to start the loop again and go back to the beginning. And he was exhausted. He couldn't even sleep. When the loop started again, he walked into the restaurant and found that there was an extra priest on the stage. This seemed to be a kind of miracle. Could it be that this loop of time is God's punishment for his sins? He couldn't help but sit next to the priest. The priest asked him what he learned from it. Jack looked tired and said he wanted to go home, but the priest asked him if he was ready. Jack repeated that he was ready. The priest then asked him, as if he understood everything, "Do you know why you are here?" Jack wanted to quibble. The priest directly pointed out that he must be very clear why he was here. Jack stared at the broken room. He admitted that he had committed many crimes. He asked the priest for help. The priest asked him to say what he wanted. Jack said angrily that he wanted freedom. "I won't forget this." At this moment, the strong guest in the corner looked at him and shook his head silently. It seems that this strong guest is likely to be the most evil projection of Jack's heart. This time the priest took the lead after all.
He comforted Jack that there was still a chance to start over. He wanted to start over, so Jack understood what to do. When the loop of time started again, he started to do good things. When he walked into the restaurant and found that the male guest was making a joke of Anna on the stage, he naturally stood up and stopped the male guest from helping Anna play the piano. Then he walked out of the restaurant at the right time and blocked 3 teenagers outside the restaurant. Because he knew that these 3 children would come into the restaurant and mock Anna and send away these 3 children, he didn't forget to teach them to be good people. Jack went back to the restaurant again because he helped Anna to stop the male guest from making excessive jokes. This time, Anna seemed to have a good impression of him and asked him what he wanted to order and recommended a card to him. Jack ordered a card that he had never ordered before. Then he walked to the nurse who was sitting on the other side of the stage. He paid for their lives and expressed his gratitude to them. Then he said that he would pay for the meals of the two nurses tonight. He didn't forget that he had an affair. He tried his best to persuade them to think about their children, even if they were not ashamed. Even if they have no feelings for their partners, they have to think about whether their children will be hurt by their actions. After all this, it was almost time for Anna to get off work. Jack did all the good things he could do and was ready to try to express his feelings to Anna correctly. He waited for Anna outside the restaurant to discuss the starry sky with Anna. He didn't carelessly talk to Anna about what made her unhappy. Anna had a good impression of him, and the atmosphere between the two became ambiguous. Anna told him that she had a 10-year-old daughter and was also very interested in the starry sky. Jack said that he would like that. He asked Anna very politely whether he could send her to the side of the car. His polite manner made Anna refuse. The two naturally kissed by the side of the car. Anna didn't give up. This time, Anna took the initiative to get on Jack's car. Jack was afraid that he would repeat the same mistake. Before getting on the car, he deliberately left the gun in the trunk. After getting on the car, Anna tried to be intimate with Jack. Jack didn't expect everything to go so well. He used to force Anna to do things that Anna didn't want to do. Now Anna takes the initiative to invite him. But he was really afraid he couldn't control himself. Seeing his hesitation, Anna showed a sad expression. "Do you feel this connection between them, sir?" But the intimacy was so exciting that Jack couldn't help but feel the pain and stab Anna in the back. It seems that he can't change the past. Even if he wants to seek redemption, even if he already knows that all this is meaningless, he still can't suppress his true nature. Jack woke up from his dream and found that it was all an illusion. In reality, he had already been arrested for serial crimes. The so-called time loop is just an illusion created by him under the interference of a special agency after the effect of drugs. He did all he could in the illusion. It was recorded by the agency and played for the fake committee to watch. Unexpectedly, his behavior made the fake committee deny his fake request. And the doctor in charge of him was exactly the same as the Godfather in the illusion. At this time, he saw the medical staff who walked into the room with Anna's face in the illusion. He suddenly realized that he was framed by Anna. Anna looked coldly at him. He returned to Jack coldly. "Even if I took the initiative to approach you, even if I took the initiative to show my goodwill to you, even if I took the initiative to get in your car, but this is not the reason for your murder. You just can't help it. You just can't control it. It's all your fault." Jack was locked in the ward like this. The person in charge of this agency gave a loud speech on stage. He said that his research could save some notorious serial killers and make them peaceful and become people who can adapt to society. But the reporter was very suspicious of this. He suspected that this kind of behavior is useless and would insult the dead. At this time, Jack could not stand the pressure of the world cycle many times and kept hitting the wall with his head to try to commit suicide. But the person in charge of the agency still told the public, "This is more than a solution for psychopathy. This is a promise."